Welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today we are laying out the exact architectural blueprint for a culinary masterpiece that is literally going to change your backyard cookouts forever. We are talking about the Boulder City dog. Throughout this explainer, I'm going to provide you with a highly structured, dynamic, and perfectly calibrated guide to building exactly 4 of these Seattle-style creations right in your own kitchen. Seriously prepare to rethink everything you thought you knew about building a hot dog. Now, I can already sense the skepticism from some of you out there. Cream cheese? On a hot dog? I know. It sounds like a complete accident waiting to happen, or maybe a typo on a diner menu, right? It goes totally against all the traditional rules of the neighborhood barbecue. Okay, let's dive into this, because this incredibly unusual pairing is actually the core secret to the entire dish. Section 1. The cream cheese secret. Unlocking the Seattle-style flavor profile. So the defining characteristic of a Boulder City dog isn't some imported, wildly expensive sausage or a rare artisan mustard. No, it is the highly specific, deeply satisfying combination of cool cream cheese and warm, sweet grilled onions. That exact marriage of ingredients is what gives this dish its distinct, highly sought-after Seattle street cart feel. And what's really interesting about this slide is how you can see why this works by comparing it to a traditional dog. Your standard dog with mustard, ketchup, and relish is sharp and acidic. But shifting to a Seattle-style dog fundamentally changes the whole experience, from being purely sharp and acidic to incredibly rich, creamy, and savory. You are literally swapping out the bite of relish for a velvety, luxurious base that completely coats your palate. It's a game changer. Section 2. Blueprint for 4 dogs. Gathering your core materials. Any great builder knows that you cannot start construction without the right materials. We aren't just throwing things together today. We are following a precise, tested formula. And our target yield for this blueprint is exactly 4. 4 perfect, structurally sound, flavor-packed hot dogs. The ingredient amounts we are about to cover are specifically calibrated for 4 servings, which makes this the absolute perfect blueprint for a small gathering of friends, or, a very hungry couple looking for a serious meal. Let's methodically walk through your base materials. First up, you need 4 all-beef hot dogs or Polish sausages. Quality really matters here, so definitely get the good stuff. You also need 4 sturdy hot dog buns, and I want to emphasize the word sturdy because they need to hold up to the moisture we're going to introduce. Next, exactly 4 ounces of cream cheese, and this is absolutely critical. It must be softened. If you try to use cold cream cheese, you'll just tear the bun to shreds trying to spread it. Believe me, don't do it. You'll also need 1 large, thinly sliced yellow or sweet onion, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of neutral oil, a pinch of salt and black pepper, and finally, a quality spicy brown or yellow mustard. Section 3. Prepping the components. Caramelize, cook, and toast. We've got our materials gathered. Now we enter the execution phase. Let's guide you systematically through the 3 core prep steps. Step 1 is the most time-consuming, but arguably the most important, caramelizing those onions. You'll heat your butter and oil in a skillet over medium heat, add the sliced onion with a pinch of salt, and just let them cook for 10 to 15 minutes. You're looking for them to become super soft, browned, and slightly caramelized. Please do not rush this process. Step 2 is cooking the dogs. You can char them on a grill, or just cook them right in the skillet alongside those beautiful onions. And step 3, toast the buns. Lightly butter the inside of each bun and toast it cut side down in the skillet for about 1 to 2 minutes. You absolutely need that toasted barrier to ensure the bun holds up to the cream cheese. Actually, real quick before we move on to assembly, I have to share this crucial technique straight from our source material. Make shallow, diagonal cuts in the dogs before you cook them. Why do we do this? Well, as the beef or sausage heats up and expands in the skillet, those cuts open up. They brown beautifully, and they give you vastly more crispy, caramelized edges to bite into. It is a brilliant way to maximize texture. Section 4. Assembling the final build. Putting it all together. The onions are jammy, the dogs are crispy, the buns are perfectly toasted. Let's move to and see how this builds. Because shifting from kitchen prep to actual construction requires some focus. Here's the strict assembly order you will repeat for all 4 dogs. Step 1. Spread 1 to 2 tablespoons of that softened cream cheese directly inside the warm, toasted bun. Be incredibly generous here. You want to accurately capture that authentic Seattle street cart generosity, and the residual heat from the bun will soften the cream cheese even further. Step 2, insert your hot dog. Step 3, pile on a heavy helping of those grilled onions right on top. And step 4, finish it off with the mustard.
Section 5, the loaded upgrade, pushing the flavor to the max. Now, the base model we just built is phenomenal, no doubt about it. But you can push this blueprint to its absolute maximum potential with some strategic flavor enhancers. These aren't just random garnishes either. We're talking sliced fresh or pickled jalapenos to bring some bright acidic heat, sauerkraut for a sharp fermented crunch, grilled green bell peppers to add a deep, earthy sweetness, and sriracha, or your absolute favorite hot sauce, to tie it all together with lingering spice. So what happens when we use all of them? Well, here is the ultimate loaded build order, read from the bottom to the top. You start with the toasted bun, heavily lined with cream cheese. In goes the charred all-beef dog. Then the sweet caramelized onions. Next, we stack the jalapenos and the sauerkraut. We finish with the spicy brown mustard and a thin streak of sriracha right over the top. The crucial point here is the architectural genius of this combination. You have the cool, rich cream cheese at the absolute bottom acting as a thermal blanket, which perfectly balances out the aggressive heat of the jalapeno and hot sauce resting at the top. It's magic. Our source material summarizes this ultimate flavor payoff perfectly. It says, "The combination sounds strange until you try it. The cool, rich cream cheese against the salty dog, sweet onions, mustard, and jalapeno heat is ridiculously good." And this brilliantly illustrates why the skeptics we talked about earlier are always without fail won over. It hits every single flavor note on your palate simultaneously. Salty, sweet, rich, tangy, and spicy, all at once. So, we've reviewed the blueprint. You now possess the exact specifications required to build 4 perfect, heavily loaded Seattle-style Boulder City dogs. The science is sound, the structure is perfect, and the flavor profile is honestly legendary. But, theory is nothing without execution. So the only question left for you is, are you brave enough to step into the kitchen, follow this blueprint, and taste the strangely perfect combination for yourself?